Welcome to Midnight Movie Talk Live special edition this Monday night, talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, the out of the theater reaction. We are in the midst of an embargo. So as always on these streams, it's important to note, this is not a review, but here are my initial Ant-Man 3 thoughts. Bring in the instant tweet straight out of the Burbank 16 tonight, where I got to see the latest Marvel addition to, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to cut to the chase. This is a very entertaining film. Okay? It's the best of the Ant-Man films by far. No contest. And let's just go straight to the reaction. Give Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania a Queen soundtrack, and it could pass for Marvel's Flash Gordon, a version, right? Their version of it. A mega entertaining sci-fi spectacle with heavy shades of both Star Wars, absolutely, and Disney's latest animated effort, which I know a lot of you didn't see. But I'm watching this, and I'm like, there's a lot of Strange World here. It's way better than Strange World. But there's a lot of Strange World here. Majors, as in Jonathan, brings the menace. That is crucial when we talk about why this film works and why Wakanda Forever did not work. Jonathan Majors brings menace. Namor did not. Crucial. High cinema score grade incoming. I mean, this is going to easily be an A. Easy A. So, out of the theater, I told you guys last night on the Sunday Night Spectacular, the box office show, I was looking at this at 125 plus. And after seeing Ant-Man 3, there's no doubt in my mind that we are taking 125 plus. Maybe we push 130, 135 and higher. This film delivers. I had my fear, right? I mean, the initial fear, like all of these things, especially with the first crowd to see the movie, they tend to be over generous with a lot of the stuff that gets out there in the first, crew, because to get into that first screening, you have to be part and parcel. You have to be largely positive. That's the beauty of what we do here on MMT. You guys know, if there's one thing that I bring to the table more than any other critic, and I mean that any, nobody else. When I say my feelings about a film, you know that there's no shilling. There is zero skin in the game. This is all about what I just watched and what is this film trying to do, right? So when we're evaluating Ant-Man 3, we are not putting it up against Tar, right? We're putting it up against other Marvel films, other popcorn blockbusters, tent poles, 4 quad films, right? And in that regard, using that lens to grade this film, this is a big hit for Marvel. Again, the best of the Ant-Man films. Paul Rudd fits him like a glove at this point, right? There's a really strong blend, and Peyton Reed has figured it out. It's his third film of doing this, right? There's a by the way, I want to mention this. I'm sorry. I apologize. This is not a review, so remember that as we talk. There is an absolute confidence that Reed is operating here with, because he's done this now for a third time. And I think the script here is smart. It has a very, very strong blend of comedy and stakes, right? So you don't just have the straight comedy. Like a lot of you thought that Thor Love and Thunder just was too much of a goof, right? Didn't have the stakes you were looking for. I disagree with that. But I think when you look at this film, the stakes are more cemented. They're more rooted in what I think you're going to be looking for in a Marvel film. I just can't see anyone coming out of this film and hammering it. There's really no way to do that. There's too many likable elements here. And even as a whole, it works for me. And we bring it back to Jonathan Majors and the difference between this film and Wakanda Forever. First of all, Wakanda Forever is a slog. It is no fun. I understand we had to honor Chadwick. I get it, but the movie is mid at best. This is much more engaging, much more entertaining. And it really bring it back to the difference between Namor and Kang, right? And when we talk about, I said this is kind of, Disney's Marvel's version of Flash Gordon. Ming the Merciless and Kang the Conqueror. I mean, come on, it's like on the nose, right? So when you look at Jonathan Majors, you're looking at somebody who we talk about this. It's the utmost importance when you're casting somebody. You must have the physical stance. You must have the presence, the gravitas to pull it off. When you're going to be the world conquering badass. Now, granted, Namor's not that. It's a little different. But still, when you have a villain, and I know Namor's a quasi-villain, let's not do this. The point is when you have to have Namor be a scary as hell dude, it's not there. It's empty. It's not happening. It was bad casting. There's no arguing that. That was one of the worst casting jobs I have seen Marvel do. Namor. Wrong guy. 100% wrong guy. This is dead on. Now, one of my initial problems with Wakanda Forever, I said that they should have, and a lot of you feel this way too, recast T'Challa with someone like Jonathan Majors. And I still think that it obviously would have worked. Jonathan Majors is on fire. This man just came out of Creed 3 the other night. As you guys know, if you missed the stream, it's there for you, my initial reaction to that film. But what I'm seeing out of Jonathan Majors is growth as an actor, and the one thing that he will always possess that it's God-given is a physical presence that you cannot fake. You have it or you don't. The it factor. Jonathan Majors has it. So when you are constructing your next Thanos, right? Because Kang is going forward. No spoilers. This is spoiler free. But when you really need to have somebody who can pull that off. So those of you like myself, when I first came out of Wakanda Forever and said, why didn't we put Jonathan Majors in that role? I am now going to give Kevin Feige credit for using Jonathan Majors in a role I think that we're going to see based on, without spoilers, both end credit scenes, a villain that we're going to be living with for a while. Okay. And one thing without a spoiler here to talk about is, typically when we get these end credits, I'm not going to say anything about what's in them because I would never want to have you be on the other end of that. Just like I wouldn't want to be, right? Remember when it's Harry Styles is in the end credits. Everyone's like, what the hell? Why did you just do that? Well, we know why Marvel did that. Because Eternals was not a great film. So they're like, we got to get people to come. Let's mention that Harry Styles. This film doesn't need that, okay? So even if it were Harry Styles in the end credits, which it isn't, but if it were, you wouldn't need to go ahead and reveal that because this film can stand on its own. But what you see with these end credit scenes is typically you get one serious, continuation, and then the second one's the goof, right? It's the comic relief, like the end of Doctor Strange with Campbell. This has one and then two, both very much integral to the future of the MCU, both end credit scenes. So when we evaluate this film, again, this is not a review, and we'll get to your comments here in a moment, is this film delivers exactly what you want. That's why the grade for me is a 9, not a review. A 9 out of 10. Very high. But again, we're grading it against what it is supposed to deliver. And it surpasses what I expected out of this film. The best Ant-Man film. There's no question. Guys, there's zero question this is the best Ant-Man film. Okay? So the beauty of this is now, when you guys come here to MMT, when you guys know I put the stuff out there, This is the final word. That's how we're going to treat this. Okay. You can go elsewhere, but we have shills out there. We have people that don't know what they're doing. There's plenty of those people. When you come here, you're going to get the final word. And I'm telling you, this is a very strong film. Very, very strong. So here we go, guys. Let's do it. The traffic was not bad. I'm so close to the theater. I love it. Chris, you're wrong. I liked it a lot. I see. That's the beauty. This is the beauty of what I bring to the table. And you guys know this. You do not know what I'm going to say when I come on the other end of this mic. When I issue that first reaction tweet, you do not know. When you're playing with that grade, every time I send the score out, what do you think the score is going to be? You guys don't know. If we were playing this with our MMT shill of the week, you guys would be like 9, 9, 9, 9. And then you, what? Wait, he just gave a 0 to Magic Mike last night. And tonight it's a 9 for Ant-Man 3. That is the beauty of it. And no, I'm not going to rip apart the visual effects here. I think this is an extreme, you talk about a heavy visual effects film. This film is virtually 95% effects driven. Okay. That's why we mentioned Flash Gordon, because it is sci-fi. It is Star Wars. It is, here we are in Jabba the Hutt's cantina, right? We're there. That's like the first half of the film. This film is strong enough on visual effects. And I'll tell you the other thing I want to mention right now. When we mention visual effects, the first thing you're going to talk to is, does it compare to Avatar? Oh, listen, Avatar is a whole other thing. Cameron spends eons on every frame in that film. But I will say, there is not a shadow of a doubt when I issue this, I am 100% correct. This film takes, just like in our favorite film of 2022, you know what I'm talking about. The film where an elephant takes a shit on the audience, Babylon. This film takes a shit all over Avatar: The Way of Water. I mean, it's not even a contest. Ant-Man 3 is the elephant. This is terrible, my God, but it's true. And Avatar 2 is the audience. I mean, it's Avatar 2 is not a good film, guys. We can't do this. We cannot have this discussion. This film is so much more fun. This film is so much more alive than anything in Avatar 2. I can't believe I'm saying this, by the way. John, I don't know. Chris says I should do this too. Take Campea apart. I don't know. Is he the biggest shrill and shill for Marvel? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe I'll watch. He was mixed on Wakanda Forever. I do not watch She-Hulk, so I can't answer that. I liked it. Satvik, I know. Can you guys believe it? I listen, I love to just tear films apart, but I can't do it here tonight. Again, I bring in the reaction tweet, and there it is. I mean, this is a glowing reaction to the film. And I never know where we're going to go with this. And here it is. And that's the beauty, Chris. And, listen, this is the number one compliment I could ever get, is that when you say it was surprising, when you think what I have to say is surprising, I mean, that's the beauty. That's what we do. That's what I do. I think better than anybody. I'm just going to straight up say it. That's just what it is. We're back. We're here. I did see it. Hey guys, I saw it in IMAX. So IMAX, it looks, a lot of it was shot in IMAX. When I walked in, they had the signs up everywhere. Ant-Man shot in IMAX. So you can see it. The film looks really good in IMAX. I was close to the screen. I think, what's interesting, Gore was sitting next to me. Dante, awesome dude, on the other side. I love sitting closer to the screen. I would rather now sit 10, 15 rows back in that, like kind of that front section at the back end of that, than I would all the way at the top. Because when you're that close, even in a film like this, that, it's so big and it's right in your face and there's so much going on, you don't have to worry about anybody distracting you. How sometimes you go to see things and someone's got the phone out. Now, the critic screening, they don't have that. But let's just say you're there. You have too many people in front of you, so you have one person grabbing their phone, someone doing something, talking to a friend. When you're in the front, you're locked. You are loaded, and there's nobody to bug you. So that's my new favorite place to sit. Not gonna lie, seeing how mixed everyone else was, I not expect Eric. I don't know why people are mixed on this. What's interesting is this: is when we talk about a mixed review, I will always understand when someone has that for a film. And a great example, even Babylon, as bad as Babylon is, There's two really great scenes in Babylon. I understand how someone could be somewhat mixed on that. The Whale, no, I can't do that. But Ant-Man, this film here tonight, I don't see a mixed on it. I don't know what the critique would be. The only thing that I would say this film could use is a tighter finish, just a little bit, which is always going to be a note for me, right? I would bring this runtime from about 155, 2 hours, a little under 2 hours. I would shrink it to about 150, bring it down 145. That's always going to be where I want to be. But it's not 225. It's not Wakanda Forever 230 plus. Wasn't it like 240? Another reason Wakanda Forever was a miss is the runtime. So it's very important that 2 hours, and Thor Love and Thunder was just about 2 hours. It's a workable runtime for me. I prefer it still to be a little bit under that, but I can work with it. I can work with it. If the reviews are negative, they're wrong. I'm just going to pull it straight up. They are 100% wrong here tonight. This film is entertaining. It is much better than Wakanda Forever. It's way more entertaining than Avatar 3, 2. It's not even, absolutely not even close. Haven't seen a single reaction yet, not mentioning Jonathan Majors being awesome. When you look at Majors, you look at Creed 3, okay? I think he's stronger in Creed 3, but he's more grounded. I'm always going to want the performance that is very grounded, like Bautista in Knock at the Cabin. So here, obviously for Kang, he's going to elevate that a little bit. I'm not saying that it doesn't work, but if you're asking me which of these two performances do you prefer, I'm going to say I still think about Jonathan Majors in Creed 3. He's very good. He's a supporting actor candidate in my estimation. That's how good that performance is. Here, he's doing what he's needed and required to do. But most importantly, as I brought up throughout the night here multiple times, he brings the menace. He brings the physicality when he is going to do, if that man stands in front of you and say he's going to whip your ass, you are going to possibly shit your pants. That is part of being a villain. You have to have the menace. You have to have the believability that he has wiped out entire multiverses, right? He's killed billions of people. You have to believe that. And he does do that. So that's another very, very strong point to this film. Winston Dukes is great. Winston Dukes, the best thing Wakanda Forever, along with Michael B. Jordan. Those are the two best parts of that film. But Majors, there's no way that Majors is not going to be praised here. Again, the physicality and the presence, the gravitas is what you're looking for. Majors could potentially be one of Marvel's greatest villains, but second greatest at the very best. Thanos is the greatest comic book villain ever. Great point. I'm glad you brought this up because I really wanted to talk about this. When you look at Thanos, right, you're looking at Brolin with CGI. The thing that Kang has going for him is it is not CGI. He is an actor, right? So we have an actual human face. Therefore, I think Majors has the opportunity here going forward. And again, very clearly, we are going to get more Kang, okay? Without a spoiler, you probably knew that. This isn't a one and done thing. He's going to be part of the MCU for a while. You have the opportunity now, Jonathan Majors, to grow in the role, just like you've seen anybody, including Ant-Man, right? When you look at Paul Rudd from 1 to 2 to 3, all the Avengers films, you see somebody once they get comfortable in the role, okay? Look at this show. Go back and watch the first MMTs. You'd be like, I mean, he's okay, but you get more comfortable at what you're doing the longer you do it. And you see Rudd do that. You're going to see Majors grow as the MCU expands over the next several films. This is the film that will get the MCU back on track. I am confident of that. I'm very confident of that. And now, next, we have Guardians 3, which everybody's excited for. Guardians 3 is the movie we all had circled on the calendar. This is the one. But the good news is here, I thought we were going to get an Ant-Man that would just kind of lead us there. We have an Ant-Man that propels us there, gives us momentum to get there. And that is why this film works and was such a surprise here tonight for me, is that it is not just filler. It is a very strong MCU film, and it is going to be very well liked by mainstream audience filmgoers. And that's hugely important, because when we talk about films, you know that we need to have box office. Theaters need films that bring people in, that are compelling, that will get butts in the seats. And this film will have very strong word of mouth, and it has the perfect runway. Avatar 2, it's been 2 months since we had a major blockbuster, a 4-quad, a tentpole film, not since Avatar. We've had films like Knock at the Cabin, Magic Mike. What else do we have over the past month? Like, it's January. It's a bunch of junk, even though I really think Knock at the Cabin is a strong film. This is what theaters need. AMC and Regal are going to be stoked to get this film on Thursday night. And what's going to happen is the word of mouth is going to drive business up throughout the weekend. 125 plus, easy on this. No question about it at all. So, I'm okay. 125 over 3-day or 4-day. It is a 4-day weekend. I'm going to say, listen, I'm going to go 125 on 3 and push 4 over. I'm going to take 4 at 135 because I've just seen the film. I believe in the film, and it has the perfect spot in the ocean. We talk about box office all the time, about waves, right? When a big wave comes along, you want to have space to regenerate energy, to regenerate interest, and then people go, I'm coming back and getting on my surfboard, and here comes the next giant wave. Ant-Man is the next wave after Avatar. Disney really nailed this release. They have the Avatar, 20th Century is Disney. So then they go, hey, let's calculate this. The film's going to play for about 6-7 weeks, exactly what happened with Avatar, and then there's going to be a dead period. Perfection. And then we're going to go, wham, here comes Ant-Man 3. That is the ideal setup. You could not ask for a more perfect setup for Ant-Man 3 this weekend. It's the exact amount of time you need to regenerate interest, and this film is going to pop. It's going to pop this weekend. A lot of shout outs to socialism and revolution in this film. Okay, Gore, there is some of that. But as that goes on, you know what also happens? Someone goes, okay, that's enough. That's what you like, right? When someone starts to preach and then someone steps in and goes, okay, yeah. That way we can still get it in, the messaging, but we can also kind of make fun of the messaging. I don't mind that. And Gore, come on, man. I get it. But listen, at some point, I've already been programmed to whoever I am. Now, the younger generation, that's a whole other story. So when I watch things like that, I just go, okay, whatever. Is the movie fun? And Gore, it was. It's a fun film. And the cameos, there's a few, you probably already know one of them. I don't want to say it. It works. And obviously, we know it's certain. Oh my God, Britain, it's just slightly better than Magic Mike 3. I mean, like this much better. Magic Mike 3 is just a little bit inferior. I gave it a 0 out of 10 last night. A 0 out of 10. Okay, absolutely. Namor being huge in bodily size would have helped immensely in the film. Boy, he just isn't in that. Listen, we talked about it during Wakanda Forever. Go back and watch the stream. We did a whole physique critique. Dude wasn't in the best shape. There's actors who look way better than Huerta. And I'm telling you, that's part of the deal. If you're going to be shirtless merman, you damn well better be fucking shredded. Otherwise, no. If I'm the casting director, I'm like, shirt off. No. Out. Jonathan Majors, hell yes. You are king. You are any kind of role I need for literally, he's like a Mike Tyson as an actor. And he's built himself up too. You even see it in this film. You look at Kang here, and I just saw Creed 3 on Thursday. He got himself, you can clearly see that he shot this first because he is bigger in Creed 3, which means Kang's going to be bigger and nastier in the next MCU film whenever he pops up, which will probably be Marvel's. Probably, hell no, it's going to be Guardians. He is going to be an integral part of the MCU going forward without giving you a single spoiler here. AJ, surprised you like it. I mean, that's the beauty of what I bring to the table. You guys don't know what I'm going to say. If you knew what I was going to say, then we'd be the MMT show of the week. But we're not. Never will be. I can never win my own trophy. That'd be, well, I mean, I could, but I never would. Most people are really hating it. I don't know why. It's weird. It's weird. And it's the same thing with Thor. And for those of you who didn't like Thor, I want you to do some introspection right now. I have a theory that if you don't like Thor Love and Thunder, or if you go to see Ant-Man 3 and you really didn't like it, I'm not sure you're generally a happy person. I mean it. I really do. I mean this. And I don't mean it. I want you to just think from it, what I'm saying. If you are generally not a happy person, you are not going to have as much fun with a film like Ant-Man or Thor Love and Thunder, although this film is not Thor Love and Thunder. Okay, I want to make that perfectly clear. They are not at all the same film, but they have an element of joy to them that if you are lacking in joy, then you might want to watch something like Wakanda Forever. But if you think Wakanda Forever is a good film, then we need to have an intervention on your evaluation skills because it is not good, and either is Avatar 2. I've said it before, and we'll do it again. Here's Avatar 2. Have you ever come across a $2.2 billion film that nobody is talking about? Nobody comes out of Avatar 2 and has long dissertations and discussions at the bar about the film. It's see it and forget it. The fact that that film made $2.2 million is unbelievable to me, and it's actually sad. I've said it so many times. Avatar 2 is not worthy of $2.2 billion, okay? Ant-Man 3 is far more worthy of $2.2 billion. It'll never get to that. No one's suggesting it will, but it's so much more fun. It's not even a contest. It's not even close. I love that Majors is going to get a play and a bunch of different versions of the character. Watch out, Supash. We can't give in their own unique identity. Okay, watch out. We might be doing a spoiler. I want to mention again, guys, this is not a review. Read it. If that's on the screen, if that's disclaimers out there, you cannot accuse me of reviewing the film. It says right here, it's not a review. How can you say it's a review? You can't. You can't. That would be morally unethical, and I'm not that guy. By the way, I want to mention tonight, the kit is... Oh, I didn't even switch it yet. It's Club America from Liga MX. You guys know I love my jerseys with tons of sponsors. We have sponsors on the sleeves. We have sponsors. We have Corona on the back. This thing has just littered with sponsors. Love it. More comments here on this Monday night. I am high. But you know that I like the movie then. Right? I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name. I am super high because I really like the movie. Mark, watch out. Thor was not terrible. I will banish you. No, it's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Listen, Latino Slant. It was so good to see you again tonight. Subscribe to the channel. It was fun. I had a really good time. You guys see, I am super engaged here tonight because the film was fun as hell. Okay, and that is the reality. You can't fake that. I can't do it. By the way, Kevin, thank you. Not a review. 1000%, guys. Not a review. So don't accuse me of that, Disney. But I tell you, listen, guys, I'll tell you a secret. Everyone lean in real close. Hey, really positive things. The studios are like, we'll let it go. So, you know what didn't happen like that? When I came on here and was like, Babylon is a tonal disaster, a dumpster fire of a film, and then Paramount's like calling me up. Well, it was an email, but I have had calls before. You need to get that review down. We said you can't talk about the film. We don't even know when you can, but you can't talk about it. The embargo's tomorrow. Everyone's already talked about the film. Who cares at this point? Nobody. Let's go. Mark, no way. Avatar 2 sucks. It's not good, man. Who did I talk to tonight that said the same thing? Alan Ng's daughter. She has more cinematic taste than a lot of people out there. She said it was terrible. I go, God bless you. Is Alan Ng out here? He's driving back to Orange County right now. It's not a review, Gore. Stop saying it is. I did give a 0 to Magic Mike. So we can talk about whatever else you want to talk about. That's, I mean, listen, we just hammered Ant-Man 3 without reviewing it. We absolutely nailed it. Let's see. Hold on. Someone else has seen the film. Let's see what it says here. The first act, frankly, until Kang shows up. No, I disagree. I totally disagree with that. The first act is good. It's fun. It's again, that's the Star Wars of it. That's the Jabba the Hutt, the whole business. Tatooine, right? I'm not even like a Star Wars geek. That's how you say it. Ask Gore. He would give us the exact. I probably completely butchered that. Majors can't save a sinking ship. No, this is not good. I totally disagree. 100%. All of this is wrong. All of you are 100% wrong. I will be vindicated when this film comes out on Thursday night. You guys are going to come back here when we do a stream, and you will tell me that this film rocked. This film was fun. I enjoyed it. Kang kicks ass, and it is Flash Gordon-y and Star Wars-y, and if you saw Strange World-y, and you had a good time. You had a blast. It's 2 hours. You enjoyed it. These people that are hammering the film, stop doing it. Stop being so hard on Marvel films. The reason I was hard on Wakanda Forever is it's a slog. And Namor's miscast. That's why I was hard on it. I wasn't hard on it because I expected it to be the next Godfather, which someone said it was, which is, oh my God, really? But no, I'm still evaluating it against an MCU film. MCU films are not supposed to be Tar. They're not supposed to be After Sun. They're not supposed to be name any of the movies you see behind me that aren't Civil War, Dune, right? It's not Batman. It's not supposed to be The Fablemans. Thank God it's not The Fablemans, the most overrated awards film, maybe in the history of awards. Certainly one of the worst Best Picture possible winners that we've ever seen. But it's an MCU film, guys. What are we doing here? What are we doing? We're talking about practice. What are we doing? We're talking about the MCU. We're not talking about awards films. We're talking about Marvel movies. What the hell do you want? Stop. Take it down a notch, those of you who are trying to judge these things against Coppola or Scorsese. It's an MCU movie. It's designed to entertain you for 2 hours and to get mainstream audience members excited about coming to movie theaters. Stop trying to make this some kind of odyssey that it isn't. The closest we're ever going to get to that is Endgame. We got it. It kicked ass. Endgame's the best MCU film. Stop trying to make every film the next Godfather. God damn, you guys. Seriously, like Gore. Like, Gore, I'm going to call you out. I'd love to bring you on the stream right now. What? Stop. It's a popcorn movie. It's an MCU film. Stop. We're talking about practice. Triz Sensi. I did love Thor Love and Thunder because it kicks as fun. Because I'm not trying to judge it against Tar. Or, shit, what else do I have behind me? All Quiet on the Western Front. Elvis is different. Bones and All, which didn't do anything. Moonlight, we're not judging it against Women Talking. Or Eighth Grade. Look at, name a film up here. Moneyball. It's an MCU film. Stop it. Stop. You guys are driving me crazy. Ugh. Patrick, I will ban you for saying Infinity War was better than Endgame. It's good, but it's not Endgame. Endgame is the Endgame. Oh, shit. I can't believe I just said that. It is. That's it. There's no other film than Endgame when it comes to the MCU. If you have another film ranked higher than Endgame, you are wrong. Even though I appreciate your takes, Patrick, you're wrong. Thank you. Infinity Tar. I'm flicking to. Listen, here's the thing. I like the film. Leave me alone. If you guys don't like it, come back and we'll get into it. Compare it to The Whale. The Whale is, Okay, if we were to compare The Whale and Ant-Man 3, guys, this is, you guys know I don't even want to think about The Whale. The fact that someone even, Supash, the fact that you're making me even have to conjure in my mind the thought of Brandon Fraser masturbating on his couch while a missionary shows up, and instead of running off and going, shit, I just saw a guy masturbate, I'm leaving. I'm going to stick around and try to convert this fat ass on the couch who is just jerking off. If that isn't the worst script ever written, what is? The Whale is the worst film that we have seen in forever that was even in consideration for awards. The fact it did not get a Best Picture, God bless the Academy for knowing shit films when they see them. Okay, let me take it down a notch. But seriously, you guys, stop. Give me your rankings. Endgame, Infinity War, No Way Home. Yes, I would agree with that 100%. 100%. That's a very good, and I would also throw Guardians of the Galaxy 1 in there, right? That is right there, Iron Man 1. By the way, let's make one other thing clear, and I've said it so many times, we're doing it again. Here it is. Do not get this wrong. Iron Man 3 is not better than Iron Man 2. Do not ever say that, or I will banish you to the outer, just like Kang, who gets banished to the quantum realm. I will send you out of here so fast. If you say that Iron Man 3 is better than Iron Man 2, it is, help me out, guys, Mission Impossible trailer, it's I think I just muted myself. I was so high. Listen, it's back. Here we go. It's not over. It's back. If you have Iron Man 3 ranked higher than Iron Man 2, when you have the Mandarin, a terrorist, literally one of the most maniacal villains we've ever seen in the MCU, and then you pull him out in front of everybody and you castrate his ass. It's gone. The cock is gone. The nuts, all of it. This stream is absolutely not for kids. They always ask, is this stream for kids? I think at this point we can say no to that. But they cut off his cock. And then you're going to tell me that it's good? You're going to tell me it's good? There's no way in hell. It's on, right? You guys can hear me now. Okay. Tell me I'm right. They cut off his cock. Tell me, do I have my sound back? I think I have it. There's unmute. Come on, guys. Give me some help. Give me some love. Tell me it's back. Let's see. Let me hit my audio. Yep, it's on. It's on. I hear I can see me. I can see me. I can see me. Okay, I'm off. No, I'm not muted anymore. I just went off on Iron Man 3. Tell me you heard that. I can't do it for a third time. I can't. All right, so good. All right, so guys, listen, we can go a little bit longer here, but at the end of the day, here's what I want to tell you. This film entertains. This film is fun. This film will be liked by the average moviegoer, and I'm sorry, I'm more of that kind of guy than a nerd like Chris Gore. Chris Gore, and I'm calling him out right here because he said always try to find someone that you can attack. I'm attacking you now, Gore. You are a nerd. You love Star Wars films. You love MCU like they're some kind of religious text. God, can't you just watch the movie? It's a movie, a comic book movie. They're supposed to be throwaway. Now, granted, I'm not saying it's Scorsese, where Scorsese is like, they all suck. No, whatever the exact quote was, you guys know. He said, but I'm telling you, can we please view these films under the lens of a popcorn fun film than some kind of, awards thing made by Coppola or Scorsese or Bong or any director that we expect to be an awards director? Get out of here. Now you can't see me. I can't. If it's out, it's out. I don't know what to tell you guys. If you can tell me if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up, and we'll go a couple more minutes. Until then, let's just pull up the magic of the review. For those of you just joining us, there it is. No Wi-Fi, no electricity. That's it. You guys are all out of here. There it is. One more time, those of you just joining the stream, here it is. Give Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania a Queen soundtrack, and it could pass for Marvel's version of Flash Gordon, a mega entertaining sci-fi spectacle with heavy shades of both Star Wars and Disney's latest, which none of you saw, the animated film, Strange World. Jonathan Majors brings the menace. Huge, very important to this film's success is the fact that he is the presence and the total badass that you need for that role. High cinema score grade incoming, which speaks to the fact that it will be liked by general audiences. Okay, 100%. Did I say vibes? Oh, shades. Did someone say vibes? Oh, I can't stand that. I like shades of reminiscent of. I mean, there's only so many things you can say. Listen, we got 280 characters, right? So you're trying to squeeze as much into there as possible. Because again, for those of you just joining us, this is not a review of Ant-Man 3. So do not accuse me of that. It says very clearly there on the screen, this is not a review. You can see. So we don't need to have any discussion about this being a review. Majors was great. Solomon, did you see it already? You guys are trolling me. I hate all of you, especially Gore. Gore, screw you. Screw you, Gore. Just kidding. I love the kid. Jubin, listen, it is a W for AMC. I know you're a huge AMC backer, as am I, and not because I'm a stock guy, but because I love going to the movies. And the other thing that I was reminded of here tonight, and also back in Creed on Thursday, is the reason that I've been hammering Netflix so much as of late is for reasons like tonight. Reminding yourself that movies are meant to be seen on giant screens. They are not meant to be watched at home on your streaming device. They are meant to be seen in a theater. And that is why I have gone all in on Netflix. Because we need movies. I feel like I could I could literally write the next AMC promo with Nicole Kidman. We need movies now more than ever. We need to make certain that theatrical never leaves. And that is why we will not support anything from Netflix ever again until they get theatrical. I don't care what it is. I don't even care if it's Fincher. We're not going to support it. Not happening. Because we want movie theaters. We want movie theaters. I didn't say thank you for the chat. We're at the point we've talked about everything in this movie. So here it is. We are doing this. I went to see Magic Mike. I forgot to throw the story in on Sunday. For those of you who missed the Magic Mike stream, just trust me when I say I don't give out 0 out of 10s very often. But as I'm standing outside the theater waiting to pummel whoever made that film, let's go, bring it, knock them out, because I was so angry. I stayed there for 30 minutes. I said for the next 30 minutes, I'd be there waiting for whoever made the film to show up. And I would have filmed it. But there was a group of ladies who were considering, they'd come walking through the parking garage and they're going into AMC 6. I'm like, listen, guys, you're going to see Magic Mike? And I'm not kidding you. Gone Girl can absolutely vouch for this. I go, don't do it. Please see anything but literally like screaming. Do not see this film. That's how I feel we are doing here on MMT. When I love something, I'm like, you guys go see Ant-Man 3. Conversely, Magic Mike 3, do not ever, if it's even on for a second on HBO Max, tune it in. As soon as you see 1 second of Magic Mike 3, you need to destroy the remote control. Well, first of all, smash the television. Then destroy the remote control so you can never turn it back on during the length of time that film is. Do not ever watch that film. You are wasting every second that you spend watching Magic Mike's Last Dance, the worst film of the year, and very, very likely the worst film of multiple years. It's so bad. Mark, I do not have a Letterboxd account. It's just one more thing to add to my list. It's too much. I'd have to go back and review every film and stick. I just can't. If you're ever curious about my thoughts, you obviously have the channel MMT here. But you can go to Twitter, search for #film, and then put in my @Erick Weber. You will find virtually anything you're looking for. In the past, before we really used hashtags, just put in the name. You'll find my thoughts on it. In the old days, it was like one sentence because that's all we had. That's all we had. David, thank you. I got a super chat the other night I promised I'd see it. We are going to go see Pooh, Blood and Honey. Is that what it is? That is going to be the Fathom events on Wednesday night. So we'll come on here and do a nice, short, tight little stream about Pooh. What are we going to say about that film? Other than it is gory, it is insane, it is Winnie the Pooh murdering people. We'll talk about that Wednesday here on MMT. So yes, I will review it Wednesday. So that's the night that you can all go see it at Fathom events. AMC has it. I'm sure Regal has it. It's one of those things that's like $15, $20. But here's the thing, though. I mean, it's going to be for $15. Even if it's terrible, at least you'll have some pretty cool kills. I'm sure it has to have some of those. So we'll talk about it. Pooh, Blood and Honey might be peak cinema. We're going to find out. Blood and Honey is going to be up there with Macbeth. See, Josh, you know how to evaluate these films against what they're trying to do. When we walk out of Pooh, Love and Thunder, Honey and Bears, we are not going to say that it is, we're going to compare it to Terrifier 2, right? We're going to compare it to some kind of like schlock horror film. We're not going to say, just like we're not going to compare Ant-Man and Wasp, Quantumania, to The Godfather, or Raging Bull, or Taxi Driver, or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, or Parasite. We're going to compare it to a popcorn movie. There's nothing wrong. Stop making Marvel movies so deep. Just enjoy them. Cocaine Bear comes out next week. Oh, I'm glad you asked about this, Patrick. So, Universal sent the invite for Cocaine Bear, and it came today. They are screening it the night before it opens, the 13th. No, wait. Is it the 13th? No, that'd be tonight. It's next Wednesday. The movie comes out on Thursday. The embargo for Cocaine Bear is Thursday at 1 o'clock. That means it's one of the latest embargoes that we have seen. You guys help me out. What does that mean when you have an embargo that breaks hours before it opens? Help me out in the comments. Right? What does it mean when you have an embargo that breaks seconds before it opens in theaters? Can someone please, with a comment, tell me, what does it mean when the embargo breaks the day that the film opens? Anybody help me here. Gone Girl. I mean, that's the reality of it. The movie is probably not good. It might be a Razzie contender. It's not a good sign from Universal. Here's the thing, too. The screening is at a theater that I'm not going to go to. I will watch Cocaine Bear on Thursday at AMC here in Burbank. I'm not driving all over town to watch Cocaine Bear, because if it has an embargo that breaks the day it opens, that tells me everything I need to know about Cocaine Bear. I think that's going to go south fast, and it'll be a fun-ass stream to come on here if I do not like the film. But it could be good. It could be the next Tar. We don't know. It could be. You know what? I'm going to try. Sai Ganesa, I'm telling you, no. You've been scolded, and you've been warned. This film is not trash. It's not trash, and I will Darren, you're wrong too. Which one? Oh, sorry. No, you're right about that. It's a bad movie. I'm sorry. It is Ray Liotta's last movie, which would be sad to watch Ray Liotta, who is one of our best actors. Funny story. I never told you the story about Ray Liotta. So Ray Liotta used to live here or nearby in Burbank. I used to work out at the gym here in Burbank. Ray Liotta would come in. This was back like in the 90s. when I first lived here in LA. And Ray Liotta would come into my gym and he had a trainer and he had headphones on and he had the eyes, and Ray Liotta would look at you like and you'd be like, oh shit, Ray Liotta's going to kill me. Like in the middle of my curl, he is going to off me. He's going to absolutely whack me with the curl bar. Like he had an intensity in those eyes. There's just like, I'm not talking to Ray Liotta. I'm going to let him do his workout. I'm not going to mention Ray Liotta. I'm going to leave him alone. That gym was crazy. We had Ray Liotta was there. Paul Walker used to work out there. A bunch of people, soap stars. But yeah, Ray Liotta was like the eyes of like, I will, if you get near me, I will destroy you. That's what Ray Liotta did better than anything else. I mean, he was just so intense. Nemo. No, you're wrong. It's good. I know. It's shocking everybody who's just tuning in. Ant-Man is entertaining. It's really fun. Okay? And I know it's surprising for me to tell you this. I didn't expect to be here tonight but that's the beauty. I never expect. Well, I mean, I kind of expect to not like Cocaine Bear. And I knew that Magic Mike 3 was going to be troublesome because of that trailer and what they did with the story. So I knew that was going to be problematic. But tonight, good news. This is a very entertaining film and audiences are going to like it. 100% Paul Walker, 100%. I know, right? Paul Walker used to work out at the gym. Thoughts on The Godfather. Listen, when I saw it, I hadn't seen it in so many years. I watched The Godfather when it came back to Dolby Cinema last year, which I think was really, what a smart move. I wish they do more films like that. Raging Bull, Taxi Driver. Let's do a whole week. But when I watched it, the first thing you notice about The Godfather is there's stuff that can be edited down. I mean, the whole wedding scene in the beginning needs to be cut down. It's too long. It's gratuitous. The whole film. It's a very good film. I don't think it's as the absolute ultimate classic that a lot of people think it is. Godfather 2 would be stronger for me without question, but it's still The Godfather, and we still measure so many films and so many things with that, right? It's The Godfather, just what we do. Paul Walker had a crash. Oh goodness gracious, David, no, David, just no. Mark, no, that's the thing about this. I don't like or dislike any, there's no pattern, right? So when you look at, Eternals, bad film. Boring film. Wakanda Forever, boring film. Thor: Love and Thunder, entertaining as hell. Endgame, loved. Iron Man 3, horrible. You see, that's the thing that if you're new here, Mark, and I think you kind of are new, if you don't know how I operate, the thing is you never know what you're going to get because I am objective. Because I do not have any kind of idea of what I want to do with the film until I see it. So I try to table every thought I have. Even during Magic Mike, I knew that it was not going to be what I wanted to see. But I still said to myself, I am going to let myself be as neutral as possible and be as fair as possible. And then as the film unfolds, you begin to take shape with your evaluation and say, this film, I knew, honest to God, I knew within the first 30 minutes of Babylon that there was no coming back from that. When people were walking out of the first screening here, which never happens. I don't think I've ever seen that. A first screening people want to watch. People were walking out of Babylon in Beverly Hills the night I saw it back in November. That told me all I needed to know, that my instincts were right. This is a bad film. And if you attach yourself to Babylon and say, this is a great film, it's to your demise. There's not even a question about that. If you are a Babylon proponent, if you love that film, I would keep it to yourself. It's not a good thing to have, right? And some of you are going to say right now, well, Thor: Love and Thunder is fun. Okay? Babylon is torture. Okay? There's not even a comparison. Now, granted, they're two different films. We get that. But Babylon, two great scenes do not make a good movie. Certainly at 3 hours and 12 minutes. Are you kidding me? Could you tell there were reshoots? I don't know. I wasn't thinking that. I didn't know if there were. I would say that when I watched Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, I could see the reshoots. Often you can tell with the hair. So the hair, and there are some Paul Rudd's hair does change here. You get the shorter hair and then it gets longer on the sides and stuff. So you can tell that that's the one thing, right? Weight gain or loss, usually it's gain, and then hair. Those two things will give away a reshoot, because clearly when you're making the film, if I were to make a film right now and we shot it over the next few weeks, I'm going to look pretty much how I look now, right? But if I all of a sudden eat like shit or don't go to the gym for 2-3 months and I come back on the stream, you guys are going to go, what the fuck, dude? You put on like 10 pounds. You look weird. Your hair's different. But when it's gradual, or it's, short time frame. But so I think that you see some of that, but it wasn't as jarring as Doctor Strange. No, not at all. Not at all. Cooper, you guys hate Thor: Love and Thunder. It just makes me sad. It makes me kind of sad, guys. 5-minute warning. We're getting out of here in an hour. 1 hour, and then pull the shoot. It's over. It's over. It's over. We'll be back on Wednesday for Pooh, Honey, and Thunder and Love. But that'll be a nice tight. Does it entertain and horrify and at least give you some mega gruesome kills? That's all we're looking for out of that film. That's it. Nothing else. Okay? I'm not judging it against Tar. Quantumania had reshoots like 1 month before release. Well, listen, I'm just telling you that this film, whatever they did to the film, worked. There have been reshoots that don't work. I've seen films like that. This film works. I'm telling you guys, I don't know where the reviews are, because you're going to find them out tomorrow. This film works. This film is entertaining. Is it perfect? No, God, no. Is it going to give you what you want out of it? 100%. Michael Fassbender is amazing. And I do want to see The Killer. But the problem, oh my God, Michael Fassbender and The Snowman. The Snowman was terrible. That was a reshoot movie. The Snowman. I remember sitting through that film. I completely forgot it until you brought it up here, Rusty. The Snowman was a train wreck of a film. I mean, that was one of the worst of the Universal film. I'll never forget. I saw that down at ArcLight. And I remember going, what did I just watch? What is this film? And that's a film that exactly was pieced together because I think they took the director off of it, didn't they? Something bad happened. Anytime you remove the director from a film, and by the way, I told you guys, there are rumors that Sam Raimi did not completely finish Multiverse of Madness. And those rumors make sense when you watch the film. Here, I don't see that Peyton Reed was taken off. It all works. I mean, I just didn't really. Domestic total 390. Listen, I'm going to put it at 125 to open. That'd be a 3 multiple at 375, 400. I think that's a good number, Kevin. Kevin, you seem to be pretty good with your box office. I think right now it's a very good time for the film. And by the way, do you notice right now, after all the energy spent, now I'm like, I think that it's pretty good. I'm like, right. That's it. I keep hitting the top. I'm getting a new mic. Please, can we crowdfund a new mic? I need like one of those Sures, those ones that are amazing. Because I feel like this doesn't do the justice. I love the look of it. Let's crowdsource it. Come on, guys. I'm sorry. I was muted for 7 minutes. Oh my God. Forget it. Done. The stream is over. We got the good stuff out of the way in the beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back on Wednesday. Until then, go back and watch the beginning of the stream. The audio is there, like it is now. I'll see you guys Wednesday. Live from Los Angeles, MMT is